What's up? In today's video, I want to share with you guys 3 super amazing features in Ableton Live. And I'm going to share a bonus one at the end, so make sure you stick around for that one. Now, I'm a producer of about 11 years, and I've stuck with Ableton Live the entire time, even though I've spent a lot of time also in Pro Tools, and in Logic, and even in Studio One. And these are just a couple of features that I've really grown to really love and appreciate in my workflow over the years. So let's talk about the very first one, and that is the capture button. This feature, in and of itself, is one of my favorite features in Ableton. And honestly, if even most of these other features that I talk about were completely taken away, and only the capture button remained, I think for me that would still be enough reason to stick with Ableton. The capture button allows you to literally play anything you want on your MIDI devices, and with the click of one button you can recall the exact performance you just did. This is really cool when it comes to ideation and trying to come up with just different creative ideas for different sections of songs. Say you're trying a new synth line and you're looping the chorus and trying a bunch of different things. Well, the capture button allows you to record and play back everything you just tried out, and audition it and select which parts you want to keep in the final recording. For me, this in and of itself is an absolute game changer when it comes to making songs on a deadline. The next feature that I absolutely love is vocal comping. Now, there are similar vocal comping tools in softwares like Pro Tools and Logic, but I've really found that I really appreciate the vocal comping workflow in Ableton. In Ableton, they've made it super easy to just use the pen tool and go through different takes of vocals or guitar recordings or whatever the recording is, and easily select the parts and the phrases that you like for the song. I feel like they've made it really effortless, and I've found it to be really, really quick. So I'm a really big fan of that for sure. Another feature of Ableton that I really love, especially when it comes to making beats and to making beats really quickly, is the clip looping in session mode. Now, for me, this is definitely an extremely quick tool for workflow things. If you are exclusively a beat maker, maybe something like FL Studio would be better for you, but I really love the ability to quickly loop ideas or sections in Ableton's session mode and quickly come up with 8-bar loops and turn that into full songs even. It's a super fast workflow, and I found that I can make beats real quick. Now, I will say I am no beat maker, speedrunner, or anything like that, like I've seen with some of those guys in FL Studio. Those guys are just a whole different level. But I definitely appreciate this workflow in Ableton Live. And for a bonus feature in Ableton that I really love, I really appreciate the Ableton effects rack. I think it's a really cool workflow, and I think it's another really neat take on how to do things quickly, like, for example, build vocal chains. I think that's really, really cool. And if you find that there are certain sound design things that you use all the time, but maybe you want to tweak the parameters for different songs or different sections of the song and automate them maybe even, using an effects rack is a really, really good way of accomplishing that specific thing. Now, I will say personally for me, when I first used Ableton the first couple of years, I used the effects racks all of the time because that's what a lot of the people in the tutorials that I watched used. And over time, I've kind of just stepped out of it, but it's always an option to use. And I do find it really useful and very efficient when it comes to just dialing in a vocal or dialing in a drum sound or guitar sound or what have you. So friends, those are my 3 and 1 bonus favorite features of Ableton Live. I think if you incorporate all of these different features into your workflow, it will definitely add value to your production and your speed. And I think it kind of unlocks a new creative way to use some things that maybe you've used 1,000 times, like especially when it comes to the effects rack. If you guys appreciated this video, I'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by December of this year, and we can definitely do it. So I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out the channel as always. If you want to support me more directly, you can do so through Patreon. There are 3 tiers in Patreon. Each of them are really only a cup of coffee up to maybe 2 cups of coffee a month. If you want to support me there, that means the whole world to me. I'm currently working on making my debut album as an artist, and I'm recording the process there on Patreon. I also upload full production breakdowns of songs that I don't post here on YouTube for production and for mixing. So if you're interested in things like that, for things like arrangement, song production, mixing, all those kinds of things in full depth, you can check out my Patreon where I post the full-length videos, and hopefully you get some value out of that as well. So anyways, thank you for being here. I will see you very soon with another video, and as always, see you next time. Peace out.